What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fight Ran Live.
What's up, guys? This is Franklin. All right, this is going to be a quick rant for the UFC 196 pay-per-view, McGregor versus Diaz. Quick little predictions here in regards to the fights. And I'm going to go ahead and start it off here with the first main event or main card fight, which is Nunes versus Shevchenko.
Valentina Shevchenko.
Shevchenko, yeah. My predictions on that fight there, I have Nunes winning by the second round, ground and pound. Shevchenko, I know she has real good stand-up. She's a Muay Thai and kickboxer. But I'm rolling with Nunes. Second round stoppage, ground and pound. What about you, Gia? What do you predict on this one?
Well, I was on the fence on this one because I know Nunes. Nunes is pretty good. Shevchenko, I just reviewed her a little bit, and I was impressed. So it's going to be really hard for me to pick, but I'm going to stick to the Metralleta Nunes. So that's going to be my pick. Yeah, that's my nickname for her, La Metralleta.
What's your pick, Lee?
Shevchenko by decision.
Wow. For real? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with it. I mean, look, it could be the other way. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm gonna take a gamble on her and say she's the real deal.
All right, that's cool. And then we have the next fight up: Anderson versus Lawler. I know Anderson's the favorite. He's a little win streak there, and Lawler's the underdog there slightly. But I'm rolling with Lawler. I see him. I actually see him knocking out Anderson. I call that a knockout in the third round.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the underdog, Tom Lawler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with him on this one. I think he can pull it off. Corey Anderson's got some skills, but I think it's gonna be Lawler's time on this one.
He's tough. I mean, Corey Anderson, he's tough. He has a takedown. He has a wrestling. His boxing has improved a lot. But I don't know why. I just see Lawler winning this one. He's a tough dude. Lawler's a tough dude. He's been around for a while.
Okay.
What about you, Lee?
It's kind of funny, man, because I actually feel the same way. The more I look at it, I see I feel like Anderson should win, but I just think Lawler is gonna win.
Yeah, I'm not sure why either, but that's how I'm rolling with this one. All right, and we have then the third fight coming up would be Latifi versus Villante or Villante. Villante, they're both hard hitters. I mean, it could literally be lights out in the first round. That's how I see it happening, but I see Latifi getting in the first round. I know he's been training his stand up a lot more now, head movement, footwork. I see Latifi knocking him out in the first round, towards middle of the round.
Yeah, I have Latifi. Man, we're agreeing with everything here so far. I have Latifi also.
Shevchenko, baby.
I have him winning here for I would say the third round. I could see a knockout coming out of this one. Latifi's got some power behind it, so I think he can pull it off.
He's a powerhouse, bro. What about you, Lee?
I'm going Latifi too. I think I'm sticking with you, Franklin. First round KO.
Yeah, I think that dude's he's no joke with them hands. And the co-main event, we have Holly Holmes versus Miesha Tate. This will be a good one. I'm really looking forward to this one here.
Me too.
It'll be a tough one.
Just going for the.
And I can either go with my mind or I can go with my heart. I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm picking Miesha Tate. I see third round submission. I see her getting Holly Holmes tired, pretty much dirty boxing, pushing her up against the cage, dirty boxing, hitting her takedowns. So eventually she kind of chops down per se Holly Holmes. She's tired and whatnot, and then she mounts her and pulls off a submission in the third round. That's how I see it happen. That's how I feel it happening. That's what I'm gonna roll with. What do you think, G.I.?
I mean, with Holly Holmes, her superior boxing skills is gonna give her the lead on this one. Miesha is just a powerhouse as far as not being afraid to take a hit in order to get inside and work, which is what you would have to do with someone like Holly. and Misha's got some great ground skills too. So I'm gonna go with Cupcake. Cupcake has always been one of my favorite girls out there, and I think it's her time. I've always wanted her. I was really upset when she didn't get to go at Ronda the third time around, and they offered it up to Holly, and those circumstances and turn of events happened where Holly ended up winning the match. But hey, it could be one of those things where she's my Rocky, and she's gonna come back, fight Holly, beat Holly, come back and go up against Ronda and possibly get a win against Ronda too. And there goes her. That's her glory days, glory story kind of thing. It'll be a beautiful thing to see if it happens.
She's tough, man. She's been high kicked, caught with the shin right to her face. She drops, gets back, wins the fight. She's gotten dropped of punches, damn near laid out, gets back up, wins the fight. She's with Ronda Rousey in the first fight, and freaking arm bent backwards, pretty much broken, snapped, and she's still not tapping out. The ref has to, when she comes to fight, you have to literally put her away, lights out.
Yeah, I gotta say her and
I mean, just look at her fight with Kat Zingano too, man.
Her and Paige Van Zandt, those are the two toughest little girls I've ever seen in my life. I mean, those two girls are tough, and I'll go as far as saying they're probably some of the toughest women in that sport right now. They can take it and they can give it. So, yeah, I'll stick with Tate on this one.
What about you, Lee?
I'm rolling with Tate also, man. So it's interesting. All three of us got the big time underdog here.
How you calling it though? What do you think?
Actually, I've gone back and forth a lot with that, and I think I'm actually gonna roll with Tate either by submission in the 5th and final round or by decision.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be more of a decision fight. It can end up in a ground submission towards, I would say, the third.
That's what I think.
End of the third round. But if it goes past the third round, it's gonna be a decision.
I think she's gonna successfully make the fight dirty and just wear Holly down. But I think Holly's tough, and she's not gonna, I don't think Misha's gonna be able to knock her out. I think if she does win, it'll be by submission. If she wins before the fight's over, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it go to decision at all. I think. It should be really interesting. I think if Holly does come in there and just, obliterates her the way she did Ronda, then after that, I don't think I'll pick against Holly anymore.
and there won't be any, and there wouldn't be any more excuses. People won't be able to say anymore. Oh, that was a fluke or whatever that was with Ronda. This is strictly.
Well, I mean, I've never thought it was a fluke. I called it before she was even it. You can even find my post on Facebook. Before Holly was even signed, I was like, I think this might be the one that could beat Ronda. Yep. And I had strong feelings about it before the fight even started, and lo and behold, I mean, it was a lot had to do with Ronda also because she just kept charging, but Holly's no joke, man. She's no joke. Moving on to the main event.
Before you do that, did I hear right that Holly was thinking of going up against Cyborg?
Yes.
She wants to do a catch weight at 140.
That'll be interesting too.
So that'll be real interesting. I think now this predictions also. I'll predict right now on that. I think Holly obliterates her because Cyborg, she pretty much just charges forward like Ronda, and you're feeding into Holly in that way. And right. So she has her striking is completely on another level. She's gonna keep that kickboxing stance. Complemented by her boxing, you're gonna be fucked if you try to bum rush her. I see her picking Cyborg apart, straight up.
Okay.
If that happens.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but if it does, I would give the edge to Holly too.
Yeah. And the main event, Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor. This is my prediction. I'm predicting a first round knockout towards the end of the first round. But Nate Diaz is no pushover, man. And he's rarely ever finished. Josh Thompson, he finished him. That was one of the only times he's actually ever been finished. He's gone decision with Dos Anjos. He's beat Cowboy. A focused Diaz brother is scary, and his stamina. He was actually training for a triathlon before he accepted this one. So I don't think his stamina is going to be in question. I'm predicting that first round knockout towards the end, but. Big butt. It would not surprise me at all if it turns to a dogfight, and and Nate Diaz takes it or something like that. But I'm still rolling with my boy. I love the Diaz brothers, but I'm rolling with McGregor. I'm a huge McGregor fan. I think he's great for the sport. I think he takes it in the first round towards the end of the round. He's huge. He looks huge at 170. He damn near looks like freaking GSP physically wise. I mean, he looks huge. So. And it's translating. Suppose he's faster. He has more energy. I mean, he's not draining. So he's not draining himself. So I'm rolling with my boy McGregor. What about you, Gia?
Well, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here and just stick to my boys, the Diaz brothers. I'm gonna stay with Nate. I've been watching the conferences.
Ole.
Hey, listen.
Ole.
Hey, I've been watching the conferences. I have the same feeling I had when Ronda and Holly was happening. I see the last conference I saw Conor kind of twitch when Nate gave him the feint. I don't know. I have a feeling that this might be Nate's win, and it might be something that the bullet might be too big for McGregor to swallow at 170. Wow. That's how I see it. I don't think Nate's gonna get a knockout, and if it does happen, it's gonna be one of those knockouts where it's like, hey, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, whatever. I don't care. But I think he's gonna win by decision. And that I know of, I don't remember Nate ever getting KO'd. TKO, I think he has.
KO by Josh Thompson. I think it was a leg kick, the high kick.
Yeah, so he's not. He's got a hell of a chin, and he's a tough SOB. We've seen it before, so it's not something to argue.
I can't really argue with that. What about you, Lee? How do you see that happening?
Hey, no disrespect to either Diaz brother. Nate, is a tough man. He's got some world-class jiu-jitsu. His boxing skills are excellent when it comes to striking. But I just think, Conor is on another planet. That dude is insane. He'll pull it out. I don't think it's going to be a first-round finish, though. The way I really see it going is that Conor will systematically break Nate down. The only way I really think Conor finishes in the first is if Nate is really that upset when he gets in the ring and he just, doesn't really observe much discipline. But I don't think that'll happen. So I see Conor beating on his lead foot, his lead leg a lot, taking away the things that he needs to be effective with his boxing. And as those things start to happen, he'll start breaking down the body and then finally come upstairs. And I think that McGregor will get a TKO stoppage late third, early fourth, something like that.
Okay. All right. So we have our picks here. It should be a great night tonight. And before we close it out, also, I wanted to touch on a topic I had watched on ESPN First Take with Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. They had talked about. There's a lot of rumors on this, and they're talking a lot about this. Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, and they were talking about it. They were talking to him the topic on if Mayweather would have fight McGregor in an MMA match, and Stephen A. Smith said that he'd get destroyed by McGregor, which I completely agree with. And then they talked about boxing, and Stephen A. Smith also said that Mayweather would destroy McGregor in a boxing match, which I also agree with. The only way I ever see McGregor having a chance, to me personally, I'm a Mayweather fan also. To me personally, for me to see McGregor have a chance against Mayweather in a boxing match, they'd have to have 4-ounce gloves, like MMA gloves, where to the point that Floyd can't use those big pillows to block himself and stuff like that. Those little 4-ounce gloves, they make a big difference. That's the only way I can see McGregor have a chance. But I agreed with Stephen A. Smith there also. Skip Bayless is actually trying to say that he could see Mayweather actually pulling off a win in an MMA match. That's absurd. He's delusional, straight up, just completely delusional.
It's one of the most absurd things I've ever heard.
Yeah, and then he was talking about what about he asked Stephen A. Smith, what about in a street fight? Who do you think will win? And Stephen A. Smith once again said McGregor. I mean, everything he could do in an MMA match, he could do that plus more in a street fight because there's no rules in a street fight, which I completely agree with also. And Skip Bayless is trying to talk about how he thinks that somehow Floyd Mayweather will dance around and tippy-toe around him and just pepper him with shots in a street fight, which is that's an even crazier comment, and it's even more delusional.
Yeah, I take it back.
Everything you can do in an MMA fight,
the most delusional thing I ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
that's the most delusional thing I ever heard in my life.
Anything you can do in an MMA fight, you can do in a street fight, and even worse, you can soccer kick somebody in the face in the street fight. You can stomp their face out. There's no way in hell that Mayweather can beat McGregor in a street fight.
Mayweather can beat
not
him
in an MMA fight and not in the street fight. Point blank. The only chance he has is in a boxing match with boxing gloves. Even if they have a boxing match and MMA gloves, that's gonna make it tough for him. If they were to decide to have a match and it's a complete striking match, McGregor kills him also. Where you can use elbows, knees, kicks. McGregor killed him. The only way the Mayweather destroys him, and I agree, he destroys McGregor, is in a strictly straight up boxing match, boxing gloves. What are your opinion on this? What's your take on this?
Oh man,
Gi.
I mean, in a boxing match, yeah, Floyd's gonna do what Floyd does, and he's gonna win by outscore McGregor.
He's gonna win by running.
He's pretty much gonna win by running and outscore McGregor. In a street match, now it depends on the scenery. I mean, is this Flushing Meadow Park? Is he able to run all through the park?
Shut up.
Is this like in like a little basketball court where there's cages around?
A street fight. Let's say they get into a fight in a bar.
Oh yeah, well yeah, it's over.
Did Chaz Palminteri lock the door already and tell Floyd he can't leave?
Yeah, I think if we put Floyd here, he would probably say it that he would be able to beat him, but he would probably get as white as Michael Jackson while he's talking at the same time, because there's no way in hell that he's going to be able to defeat somebody that's got more skills than boxing skills, and the very little boxing skill that Floyd has now, especially with those broken little sissy pants hands that he has. So
the brittle hands he has.
Yeah, I mean, what's he gonna do to McGregor? Slap him to tears or something? I don't understand I don't even see where this conversation is going, because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
there's
nothing
that Floyd can do anymore.
It was just crazy to me that Skip Bayless said that on national TV. I'm like, what the? He went from making no sense to making even freaking no sense in regards to the street fight, and I'm like, what is he? I'm like, I couldn't believe he was talking about that. He was adamant about it also. I'm like, this is retarded. I'm like, I have to talk to the boys about this one. This is crazy.
Yeah,
even Stephen A. Smith was making a face like, I don't know what you're talking about, Skip.
I never thought that somebody can confuse me as much as Ultimate Warrior did. You know, when he does his speeches and he talks about the world. But yeah, Skip beat it. Skip, I didn't know where he was going with that. I thought he was in another dimension. Earth 2, maybe. Earth 2. Maybe that's what's going on.
What's your take on it, Lee?
My take on it is that Floyd Mayweather would lose in an MMA match unquestionably. He would lose in a street fight unquestionably. And he would lose in a boxing match unquestionably. I don't think Floyd Mayweather stands a chance against Conor McGregor no matter what.
Nah.
I don't. Here's the problem with that.
Here's my thing. Let me explain why. Floyd Mayweather doesn't throw hard punches. I don't care if he hits Conor McGregor with 100 shots. and peppers his face up and does whatever, we already see that McGregor can take punches. He has never really been rocked or hurt by 4-ounce gloves, and I do not see Mayweather having any means to hurt him. And when I watch Conor McGregor in the octagon, he knows how to cut off fighters when they're trying to move. I mean, if Floyd could possibly win in a boxing match, it would be 12 rounds of the best bicycle you've ever seen in your life. He could not ever stop moving. He could not stand still and trade, because all it's going to take is 1 or 2 shots from McGregor on the chin. I mean, look what happened when Mosley clocked him with that one right hand. What do you think happens if that's the same right hand from McGregor? Or he gets caught with that left that McGregor throws? It's over. It'll be over. So he's either going to win by just run as fast as he can and hardly throw anything except for punches moving backwards. No time to set your feet. You can't throw any hooks. You can't throw any uppercuts. You're just throwing jabs and straights while moving backwards. That's all he can do. If he even plants his feet and decides, I'm going to trade with this man for 15 seconds, 20 seconds, you better believe McGregor's fast enough to catch him with something. Because I've seen the man work. He'll hit him and he'll catch him.
Yeah, because even his loss, McGregor's loss, was it with Duffy?
Yeah, it was a submission.
Submission, right? Yeah.
There's no submissions in boxing.
That was early.
Even
that was early in his career. He hasn't lost in I don't know how many years.
And even in that time, like that the punches he takes, if any he takes, they really don't do much to him. So I don't see this being even relevant. I don't think it'll ever happen. The main question I have here is what everybody keeps mentioning Floyd Mayweather, and what I want to know is, do you want to see Floyd Mayweather come back? Not only you guys, but you guys out there, our YouTubers, our YouTube world. Do you guys want to see Floyd Mayweather come back? Because I don't want him back. I don't see why we would need him back, except for the
I didn't enjoy his fights when he was here.
I
didn't enjoy his dance-a-thons. But,
I'd like to see him back, and I actually think that a lot of folks would love to see Mayweather versus McGregor. I think that'll be better numbers than Pacquiao versus Mayweather.
Dude,
I think it'll top that.
I would totally love to
McGregor
see
by
that fight.
himself
But that's
is
the
doing a
only
million.
that's the only way I'd like to see him come back. I don't want to see him fight in a boxing match against who is he gonna fight? There's nobody for him to fight. So
yeah, I agree with that, but I mean, just talking about number wise, if the fight would have happened versus McGregor, I mean, McGregor's doing by himself what 1 point something million just by himself. Imagine him versus freaking Mayweather. Oh my God, I see that easy do 4 to 5 million buys. Easy.
I mean, if it's a boxing match, it's just like Maypac. You think the fans are gonna fall for that again, or?
No, I think the fans would buy it because I don't think you get Maypac. Could you ever imagine Conor McGregor putting on a performance like Pacquiao did?
Nah, I don't see it. He's too. His movement's better. I feel he's more technical, actually, picking the shots.
And I tell you what, man. Like I said, the boxing match, I don't. Maybe Floyd, because of the big gloves, could block a lot of those shots, but 1 or 2 clean shots on the chin in a row, I can't even imagine how he stands up.
What? I think he schools McGregor in a boxing match, boxing gloves. I think he schools McGregor.
And I love he stands toe to toe with the guy and trades with him?
He'll do the same thing he did with Canelo and just, saying, bye, just slipping the punches, boom, boom. It's a boxing match. Nothing else can be done but this.
I just don't see it. McGregor's faster than Canelo with his hands. He's faster with his feet.
As a matter of fact, I'll say this: McGregor. He's a better fighter than Mayweather, completely, all around. Besides boxing, just boxing in itself, a boxing match, Mayweather will make him look foolish. I'll go as far as saying that. I think
McGregor would do better than most, though. I think because he's probably gonna go ahead instead of doing what everybody else has done when they try to fight Floyd, which to me was always so annoying. Is instead of them go headhunting everybody was just headhunting, trying to attack the head, take him out, knock him out, get that knockout win, and get that big headline in the news. And nobody ever thought about working the body, working top and bottom, which is something that I think McGregor would probably end up doing.
McGregor would do that to him, and that's what I see too. Early on in the fight, that's how he slows him down, just constantly working the body. Anytime
can't see any
Mayweather stands still to throw anything, McGregor would just be aiming at the body, because you know what? You can hit him in the face as many times as you want. You ain't gonna hurt him, especially not Floyd. It's not gonna happen. He ain't got no power.
I can't see any of that. Listen, what you guys are talking about, I can see it. I can see that happening if they were to have a strictly boxing match with 4-ounce MMA gloves. Then maybe, but not a straight up boxing match with boxing gloves.
How about 8-ounce boxing gloves, so that they're not so huge?
Nah, man, that's still pretty big, bro. Trust me, that big pillow right there, that blocks a lot, man. It's not the same.
How about some 8-ounce Reyes gloves?
Yeah.
Still, it doesn't matter. It's that you'll see they can block a lot with that, man. It covers a lot. An MMA glove is pretty much me doing this. Yo, you're gonna get hit here, you're gonna get hit here. It's more MMA to me. That's why I say MMA is more pure to me, because it's the closest thing to like a real fight, just hands. A boxing match, man, I see Mayweather boxing circles around him, man. I'm not even going to hold back on it. I think, listen, Pacquiao is a better boxer, straight up just boxer, than McGregor. Canelo, as a boxer only, is a better fighter a better boxer than McGregor. They couldn't do anything to Mayweather, bro, in a strictly boxing match. I cannot see McGregor do anything, man.
And I understand what you're saying, but to me, the difference is the footwork and the way that he would close the gap on Floyd.
Yeah, but Pacquiao has great footwork.
But Pacquiao still has boxing footwork. It's something Floyd is used to. I know it's unorthodox, but it's still.
You're talking about he's gonna get caught off.
I'm talking about him using some martial arts type footwork and sliding into positions and doing stuff like that, and then throwing punches instead of kicks. And I don't think that Floyd will be able to figure that out, and that would become a problem.
So you're talking about kind of like different angles that he's not used to. He's not used to those sequences and stuff like that.
Yep.
He's gonna go. He's gonna go all Donnie Yang on Mayweather.
That's what I would do.
He has great movement. Man, I can't, man. Nah, I can't. Bro, it would have to be some crazy stuff that he's not used to, and him land that insane left cleanly. Nah, man, I can't. Mayweather destroys him, bro. That's how I.
So what time are these? What time are the fights tonight?
I believe 6:30 starts the Fight Pass prelims. 8 o'clock is Fox Sports 1 prelims, and then 10 o'clock is the main card on pay-per-view.
Yes, we got lots of fights, lots to do, lots to watch, guys. Let us know what you guys think once you guys watch the fights, and we appreciate the like and subscribe if you guys like what we're talking about and you like the show. This is Frank, aka GI, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, make sure please to subscribe, share it with your friends that are fight fans. Leave comments at fightrant.com or Twitter or here on YouTube, and give us feedback. Leave comments in regards or topics that you would like for us to discuss. And thanks. You guys have a great day and enjoy the fights tonight.
Yeah, man. Everybody enjoy it. It's been fun talking to everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll talk to y'all soon.
We're out.